And like I said, couple seconds. So here's where we are. I left off from the last one. Oh, it's fine. We're just kind of, well, you know, this is a live, well, not like a live video, but a video.
You're talking about trees getting scraped. I don't know if this was necessarily a moose, but something really
As long
took a
as
chunk out of this tree.
we see there's a fur there.
Yep,
Is that long hair?
it is.
So that would be
Way
a moose.
too high up to be a dog.
So that'd be like a moose then? Moose is the only one that I know that's long hair.
How long is a bear's hair?
You should know.
Me?
You should.
I don't have any bear fur.
It's Bigfoot.
This could be a moose. I'm used to moose hairs being a little bit stiffer. It could just be an old moose. Or an old moose hair.
It seems moosey. They're thick, you know. It's a thick hair.
But not as thick as I'm used to. And they're curly. There's a lot of hair in here.
There is?
Yeah. Once you start looking for it, you start seeing it. There's some here, some here.
You know, and it's rubbed. It's not like,
Here.
it's not like,
Yeah.
it's almost like as if someone just pulled the bark back in a certain spot and just rubbed it down.
Yeah.
We may have to get moving because if it's the other one, which would be what, you know, because
This was a while ago.
I think it would be a moose, because if it was and how would you what?
It seems like there would be more definite claw marks if this.
Well, if they were using it for their back, you know.
Yeah, but if they were using it for their back, I don't think they would have pulled strips off of it like this.
Yeah, so that's why.
That's why I think it's antler.
That's what we were thinking of, and this is what kind of what I wanted to show and try and find one. I'm glad we did. So we found everything I wanted to look at. Though it is nice talking every so often. It is good to, you know, when you hear something strange, pause for a second, but keep talking.
What did you hear?
I'm not quite sure. I thought I heard.
It sounded like knocking almost.
Yeah, and it sounded in the direction that we need to go.
Yeah.
Go figure.
It sounded like human activity to me.
I am hoping so. I mean, I'm hoping there's more activity on this trail during the day. But there has been like moose spotted in the area, so not in this area. We haven't seen any tracks, or else we would have showed those off.
Yep.
And what they kind of look like a horse.
Moose?
Yeah.
It's kind of like unexpectedly seeing a horse in the middle of the woods. Oh wait, you might have.
Yeah, that's what I'm wanting to avoid.
Most of my moose encounters, they've just kind of stared at me. I've been very fortunate, but I have had neighbors that have gotten treed by moose.
Treed being
Stuck in a tree or under a root wad in one case. That being the roots from an upturned tree.
so it's like the back end of the tree, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's also going along what everyone's natural instinct is, putting a barrier between
Yeah.
you and the animal.
Which is a pretty useful thing to do with moose.
And you know, when our Park Service people, you know, don't ignore them. They know what they're talking about, and they know when you're too close. And if you know, just please listen to them is another, you know, thing I'd like to get across. Because there's just too many. We have issues with the people who come to visit our town and enjoying all the animal and wildlife, but they get way too close.
Yeah.
And I can get pretty close to the animals myself, but you know, there's only so I only get so close, and sometimes I get super close without even trying.
Oops.
Oops.
Well, they should have put it on the other direction too.
Well, you know, I think we went up that way too.
Yeah.
We were like that, and also along the beach. So,
I kind of missed that. This is why you always stay on the trail and keep an eye out for signs.
And not just like animal signs either. You know, those signs. This was where we had our precarious rock stacking. But you know, there's a lot of traffic through.
Yeah, this is obviously a well-used trail. It's possibly the trail is a right-of-way, and it's up this hill that is private property.
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure.
People own property like close to everything, and it's a low bush pine plant.
There's yeah. I can't smell it. I don't know. Juniper, to me personally, juniper plants smell a lot like cat pee.
Nice.
Sorry, but
no,
it's fine. It's just the tree, the plant itself, smells rather strongly.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't smell that one, so I don't know.
Yeah. All right. 6 minutes on the way back, and I feel like we're already almost halfway there. Well, here's the bushes that we were explaining about, you know, the lichens and stuff. You know, so it's like these videos are becoming long, but we're stopping to explain what we're looking at and stuff, and it's kind of what I want it to be.
Just a ramble through the woods.
You know, and a lot of people like being in the video. I personally don't. Hold up. I wonder, I might have just saw an old one. But if you go back a little bit, where was it? No, that's like an old dog track.
Yeah.
Sorry. But that's almost, what would you say, the shape of a moose track is almost like that of a spade from a deck of cards.
I suppose so,
without
yeah.
the stem.
Yeah, if it was split in two.
Yeah, you split that in half, and you have pretty much a moose track.
I could probably draw one here. Pretty exaggerated, but you get these long toes, and then if it's a really good print, you have the back toes as well.
So it kind of looks something like that. A lot bigger and a lot deeper. If we find one, we'll show it, but I don't think we'll find one on this one.
Yeah, there's too many dogs on this trail.
Yeah. The moose in this area have gotten smart and know to avoid dogs. So if they see or know of any around, they don't really like to come out. But if you see one, we'll sure let you know. We'll probably do this trail a couple more times, maybe, in the near future, you know.
When the snow's all melted and the plants are starting to turn green.
Yeah, and then you can start explaining some of the edibles in the area. plant edibles. Thank you very much.
Wild plant edibles.
Yeah. There's a lot more than you think that's edible, and
It depends on how adventurous you're willing to be in terms of flavor.
yeah. I'm walking on ice right now, so trying to be careful. Being tall doesn't help in Alaska. Low hanging branches, you know, this is quite nice and pretty well groomed for a trail. I've been on trails where it's like you gotta literally be on your hands and stomach just to get through, because it's was never taken care of. And if you miss a couple months or so, and it will get overgrown quick. You know, this is actually a good example of the Sitka rose, which is a rose. It's like the leaves get more of a pink.
The petals?
Yeah, the petals when
Yeah.
they bloom.
Yeah, they're a pale pink. I've even seen white ones.
You've seen a white one?
Up the highway, yeah.
Huh. I learned something as well.
But they only have 5 petals, so they're not like your classic Valentine's Day cabbage rose. They're very simple and very beautiful. Not that cabbage roses are large.
Yeah. I'm learning what it's like to video and walk at the same time. It's very precarious. Because you want to watch where you're going, but you don't want like the video to be like, oh look, a tree. You know what I'm saying? But this was a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope we get to show off more trails and such of our fair city.
Yeah.
Maybe next week, as I do start work again soon. Today is my Sunday, and I just decided to try and get some exercise. You know, and we walk far, you know. When I was younger, we used to always walk, because the small population of hangs is, you know, it's like what, 12 to 1500 year round, maybe.
2,500 at the most.
We didn't go through this part, so this is actually all ice.
Yep. I'm okay with having missed that the first time. Last thing I want to do is fall down on my seat while you're filming.
Yep. You know, and then, I mean, like this, the trees get heavy with leaves as well. You know, this would probably be way bunch of leaves all in thick and green, and you wouldn't be able to see the sky.
The light would be totally different.
Yeah, it'd be more of like it's hard to explain the forestry glow that you get in Alaska.
We'll just have to video it when it comes along.
Yeah. Once again, the only thing we're taking is video, and the only thing we're leaving behind is footprints. It's a nice, what, by the mile or so trail.
I can't say for sure, but I think
We'll look at the sign once we get closer.
yeah.
Once we get more towards the entrance. We're just kind of on our way back. You know, you can see up ahead, you know, it's like trees that are so low. You can see that low hanging tree up ahead. That's probably what hangs low, 4 feet probably.
5 feet. Maybe
4.
Across the center of the trail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to duck. You're definitely gonna have to duck.
I'm gonna have to go here.
So, okay. So right here, it is 5.5 feet above the snow. Could be another 4 inches above the dirt. We don't know.
Here you go. So,
Oh, you want me to go through? Okay.
to give you an idea what it's like for a tall person, I am 5'11". No matter what, I have to duck.
Yeah, and that is why I don't always wear baseball caps, is because I can't see the branch coming towards my head if I'm not paying attention.
Usually I'm wearing a hoodie, you know.
That's a personal preference on my part.
The baseball cap is more from work. I'm used to it now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm forced to wear it at work. Normally I prefer hoodies because weird factoid, you know, baseball caps are balding. That's what causes baldness. Yeah.
I thought it was genetics.
Nope. Baseball caps have been linked to it at least. Yes. Did we?
That? Yeah, that's a moose print.
This.
I'm pretty sure. There's
So a moose came out this way.
yeah, heading
That's a-
uphill.
This is a real,
That's a fairly I've
small.
seen bigger.
This
moose.
is a small.
Yeah.
It went up that way.
Yeah.
I-
Let's see. Oh, hey, look! It was eating. This is a fresh browse on this red osier dogwood. See, this is an old browse, but these two are fresh. See how they're kind of green?
So within the past day or so, maybe, past week.
Yeah.
Because like the prints are old. You can see like if you look
There's
in the
been
print.
some melting of the prints.
So probably within the past couple days or so,
Yeah,
it happened.
Not very long ago. And then somebody's dog followed the smell.
And I feel bad because I ruined a
after-
print.
Hopefully after the moose.
You know, and then you know once again my hand from the ice. You know, that's to give you a. We'll have to bring a ruler one of these times
Yeah.
and get a good example. But you know, moose are prominent up and down hangs in all the trails and such.
Although they've only been here for about 100 years.
Moose were introduced to the area, if I remember right.
Not intentionally. The first moose, like stable moose population in Haines happened after 1943 when they built the highway up into Canada. The moose followed. There'd been 1 or 2 moose sighted before that, but the stable population arrived sometime in the late 40s, I think. And we've had them ever since. And according to Fish and Game, we don't have deer. But I have personally seen deer in Haines, so.
Deer is more on an island at Sullivan where none of our tours go really.
Not that I know of.
We'll you know you'll go come up to it after the ferry, you know. Here's the to give you an example, we're back at the wood stove, so about another 5-10 minutes we should be back at the entrance. You know, they'll come across a trail. The best thing to do, you know, everyone has different advice about what to do, but the main one, of course, is just stop. Keep your eyes towards the animal. You don't ever, until it disappears on its own through the foliage, you really don't want to lose sight of where it is going.
Unless it's a baby, in which case you also want to look for mama.
Yeah.
I mean, keep an eye on the baby, but look for mama, because she's going to see you as a threat.
Yeah, and babies will think, you know, it's almost like the teens nowadays. They think it's cool to pretend to be in distress, so to speak. You know, the babies, even with bears, they'll wrestle around and it'll almost, you know, the sounds of distress is the same. And they pretend to be in distress because they're fighting each other, and mom will come running and check out and make sure everything's okay.
Well, it's like, you know, when you were 5 and you were playing tag and it was so exciting that you screamed. And, you know, if your mom didn't know you were playing tag, she didn't know if you were screaming because you were having fun or not.
Yep. Man. This has been a lot of fun.
Here's another feather, and it's caught in the sunlight, and it's oh so pretty. I'm just trying not to hurt the tree. But there's that feather. Again, not touching the feather for a variety of reasons.
I like it.
Yeah. Got it?
Yep.
Back it goes.
Yep, and you know, as you probably, which is for me a good thing, which you did not hear, is that us breaking branches and stuff.
Yeah.
Another,
Being very cautious of the tree.
you know, another thing that we'd like to point out is that it is illegal to take down a green tree in Alaska.
Really?
Yeah, you're not. That's why everyone goes for dead standing trees for firewood. It's weird. It's a weird law. We'll look into it more on future videos about people who get wood and stuff. But for now, it's been taught to me that you can't take down a green tree.
You don't really want to either.
Nah.
Green wood, then you have to let it dry for a year or two.
Yeah, you gotta season it. What we call season the wood. We're not putting spices or anything on it. We're just letting it dry. Explanation. You'll be surprised on how many people. Like,
Yep.
there's a lot of people out there who know what we're talking about, but there's a lot who don't know what we're talking about, and
Yep.
that's what we're trying to explain and try and get to. Once again, we're back at the quarry, you know, so we're pretty close. With 8 minutes of video remaining.
This is an old. Somebody had a plan for this. Actually, it looks like it's been tarred. So this might have been.
Looks like a
structural support.
or like a old like telephone pole.
Oh yeah. It could easily be a telephone pole.
Once again, just random stuff that gets left out to,
Yep.
you know, people forget about it or something. Whew, it's icy over here.
Yeah.
If we get more information, you know, we'll explain that more, but it's an old table saw.
Oh, what's it doing out here?
And once again, more Alaskan shenanigans. It gets left out in the wild. Here to the right, coming out of the trail, stack of wood up over there in the foliage.
Yep.
But I got distracted by this thing over here. It is an old table saw. It's an old DeWalt. It's like someone was building something out here and was like, I'll come back for it tomorrow, and they never came back.
Or they didn't want to pay to take it to the dump.
Yeah, we get a lot of that around here too.
A shrew's been using it as a hidey hole.
Oh yes. I don't want to just, you know, it's a perfectly running, oh, not perfectly running, but it's a perfectly good table saw.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, one of the more random instead of the old 1950s trucks. Anyways. There's where we're going to go. I'm just going back this way because why not? These ones here are once again more old. You know, old logs that have probably been forgotten about, that were probably going to be used for like telephone poles and such in the area, base for the houses or something, you know, lumber.
burned. I wasn't really expecting to see any lumber. I think it burned.
We'll get more history on it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to see someone try and climb that rock face.
No.
I'm no professional, you know, rock climber, but you know, there. Let's see. From here, oh, it's behind a branch. Hard telling, but you can see it off in the distance. That tall. That's not a branch. That's a branch. Right there above my finger. That's actually our our wireless internet, our signal.
Yep, our cell phone tower.
That's
One
our.
of two.
And if I remember right, you are able to hike near it, just don't go to it.
Yeah. Probably got a little fence around it. You know how they do that.
Yeah. Old logging trails and such. I think you got prevent vehicles and such from going down.
Yeah.
That's probably what this is right here. Why it's so wide. Vehicles used to be able to come back here, and probably from the old mill.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they would have had a road in and out of the mill. I assume when there was a bakery out here, they also had a road. And there was at least a wagon road back in the 1920s when they did school picnics out here. They'd come out by wagon.
So there might be wagon parts out here too. They're not saying go look for it.
No, don't go look for it. And if you do see it, leave it be.
We try and preserve the history in the area. You find something interesting, let your the local historians or whatever know.
Oh, it's the.
I don't know who it would
trooper.
be. The trooper.
Travis, right now.
Shout out to Travis, I guess.
Yep.
Our local trooper.
Yep.
AST.
And he's the person to call if you see anything of historical or archaeological significance, because he's the one who has all the tools to record it.
I know we're getting low on film again, but I don't think it was him, but that was also like there was posts that was found in the river, and I guess it was an old historical fishing rear, Tlingit style, a native one that was found a couple of years back, and was proven to be a use of that, so to speak. Now, I don't know if they contacted him for that one, but I know, we have a bunch of stuff like that going on.
Yeah. This area has a rich history. It's been occupied for thousands of years.
Looks like someone tried to go that way.
Yeah.
We're going this way because that's where our vehicle is at. But once again, we'll try and get the we'll make this a little bit longer video, and we'll show the Jones Point sign here at the entrance, because it's next to a building that is back here. Ow!
Watch where you're going.
Branch, low-hanging branch, like I was talking about earlier with it. What's horrible about being tall. It is the Tukshuk Water Council building.
Tukshuk Watershed Council, yep. They do a lot of good work.
Oh yes. Just so you know, no authorized motor vehicles beyond this point. That's why you can't take things in unless, Yep. So we'll try and get as much of this as possible. But at the turn of the 20th century, the Chilkat River Delta was farther north than it is now. There was a deep water port here at Jones Point where goods were offloaded from ships for transport to mining settlements upriver. In addition, there was a fish buyer at the port where local Tlingit natives, I don't like the term Indians, but anyway, sorry, would bring their catch to sell. There were also several houses and a bakery that operated until 1939. Lumber. In 1939, Jones Point was purchased by the Schnabel family. They operated one of the valley's first large-scale lumber mills. The mill produced firewood, railroad ties, and rough milled lumber cants that were shipped overseas. The mill operated until it burned down in 1961. In 1965, the property was bought by Alaska Forest Products. The company operated a mill here until it closed in 1976. Today, the Talk Chinook Watershed Council acquired this property in 2015 in partnership with the Conservation Fund. We endeavor to make Jones Point a hub for community recreation, education, and research. Welcome to Jones Point. We hope you enjoy. And we did. You can see that there is what looks like salmon. That is not salmon. That is actually hooligan. That's actually what that is right down there. The hooligan fish run up the Chilkat River every spring in the past. These fish were an important trade good for Tlingit people. Today, people fish for them here at Jones Point for subsistence use. Not bad. Alright. I'm going to call it an end there.
Yeah.
Jones Point Trail.